Thank you and good afternoon. On Monday night, football got underway last night. The Jets often struggled again. Beyond the 55 times, but were only able to get 3 field goals, and the Chargers were 2 of 2 in the red zone. The Jets were 0-2. And 0-5 from the midfield and 3 turnovers by the Jets. Nobody had outstanding numbers on the offense. Derwin James had 10 tackles for the Chargers. Joey Bosa had 3 sacks for the Chargers. And Khalil Mack also added in 2 sacks for the Chargers. He's a former Bear. Chargers win 27-6.
The virtual yellow line in NFL broadcasts is great. It tells viewers how far the offense needs to advance for a first down. It looks really simple and elegant, but creating that line was a massive engineering challenge. It started in the mid-90s when the Fox Sports Network tried to make hockey easier to watch.
Scientists at Fox Sports Laboratories are working on new technology. You won't believe your eyes.
They embedded infrared transmitters inside the puck and placed sensors around the rink so that live TV viewers saw a blue glow around the puck at all times and a red comet tail if it traveled over 70 miles per hour. Hockey fans didn't really embrace glow puck as it came to be known, so the technology was retired when the broadcasting rights for hockey switched to ABC a few years later. But the team of engineers that they had assembled for the project was just getting started. They left Fox Sports to create a new company called Sportvision, and in 1998 they debuted the 1st and 10 line on ESPN.
Until now, this marker was the only reference fans in the stadium and at home watching on TV had for the first down.
The key challenge in making the yellow line is that the scene is constantly changing, which means that the yellow line has to constantly change. Not only are there 3 different cameras used for wide shots of the field, each camera pans, tilts, and zooms to follow the action. So the first thing Sportvision does before the game is create a 3D mathematical model of each football field using laser surveying tools. And during the game, they gather data from the cameras about their pan, tilt, and zoom positions for every single frame. So when the operator specifies that the first down is at the 43-yard line, for example, the computers combine the camera data with their own model of the field to draw the yellow line in the proper perspective, and to redraw it for every frame being broadcast to viewers. The final step is what makes the line kind of magical, and that's removing any part of the line that's obstructed by players, refs, or the ball so that the line looks like it's underneath them, almost painted on the field. The way the computers know which pixels to remove is by sampling the colors. Think of the field as a giant green screen, but anyone who has worked with green or blue screens knows that you need a really uniform and evenly lit background for it to work well. So Sportvision identifies in advance which shades of green and brown are in the field given the lighting conditions of the day. Those are the colors to be covered by the yellow line, and they identify which colors are in the players' uniforms and should never be covered by yellow. It works amazingly well. Here's the Packers wearing green in the rain. No problem. It only fails in the most extreme weather, like this 2013 game in Philly. The line ends up all over the players, but on the other hand, the system was helpfully used to insert the yardage numbers that had been covered up with snow. The whole yellow line process delays the live broadcast by less than a second, and not surprisingly, it was an immediate success. Sportvision won an Emmy for it and went on to make virtual visual aids for NASCAR, baseball, sailing, and the Olympics. And football broadcasts have since added more graphics, like the line of scrimmage, and the perhaps unnecessary large arrows that show some of the same information that's in the score box. But if that's annoying, consider this. This type of technology is being used to insert ads into stadiums and onto fields for a lot of different sports broadcasts. But the NFL doesn't allow it. In the grand tradition of the yellow line, the graphics on the field are not there to sell you things, but to help you follow the game. Fox Sports is eliminating the computer-generated 1st and 10 line from its NFL coverage as part of its cost-cutting efforts. This is a news report from September 2001, 15 years ago. The line at that time cost $25,000 per game to make, and so Fox Sports thought it could save some money by cutting it out, but there was a bit of an outcry from fans. Sportvision set up this website, Love the Line, and gathered comments from viewers. There's a couple of good ones here. Anonymous says, quote, "I need the line, everyone needs the line." And here's one from Bob Burns. I'm a 75-year-old fan of football, and the line is the best thing you came up with since color TV. So this is a news report from just about a month later.
Now to NFL refereeing. After seeing the Bears and Saints game, first down take 4 minutes. Artificial intelligence needs to come even sooner than I thought. The yellow down line on the field could be drawn on the field, and each time they could tell where the yellow line is. Can't you tell where the yellow line is? Can't you draw it? I would think with computer systems they would be able to do that. Instead of making a human judgment and having to congratulate on the human judgment that took 4 minutes. Using an index card on first down would not happen. Also, I think what was ridiculous was the Missouri game this weekend when there are plenty of bad calls. Eli Drinkwitz later apologized for setting a bad example after watching film, but that still means to me he was upset and officiating needs to get better. And so when artificial intelligence come in, and I'm just waiting, the game will be better in my mind. Now we move on to college basketball. Kansas beats North Carolina Central 99-56. Kansas will play Manhattan in Allen Fieldhouse. Kansas State loses to USC. Seems like USC is a little bit more ahead. I believe Kansas State will get back into it because I believe Jerome Tang will make them an NCAA tournament team. Kansas State loses 82-69. Tyler Perry leads the Cats with 22. Bodie Ellis led USC in scoring. Kansas State will have an easier game against Berlheim. Tip is set for 7. Kansas State to host. Missouri wins easily over Arkansas Pine Bluff 101-79. Sean East finishes it with 21 for Missouri. Arkansas Pine Bluff, as Kyle Middleton finishes with 34, but nobody else helped him out. Mizzou will have a tough test against Memphis, who comes to Columbia. Tip is at 8 Central Friday. James Madison records a big upset over number 4, Michigan State, 79-76. No other upsets. Here's a link on your screen, and here's the link for the ESPN page on college basketball. If you want to see tonight's games, click on Tuesday's games. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report.